Initiating surprise in 3,
This
2,
is
1.
The Real Brian Show.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for joining me today. I appreciate it. It is time for a quick update on the burnout recovery, by the way. More importantly, though, some cool things that I've learned and experienced that I want to pass on and hopefully will be encouraging to you. And if you have not checked out those episodes on Burnout is Real, The Dark Side of Being Nice, there were 2 episodes. You can listen or watch them. I guess listen to, right? Listen to or watch, whatever. Just go check them out if you've not had a chance. But today I've got some positive perspectives. Hustle. Yeah, and did you know, by the way, I'm going to do this right now. Life is lived looking up. Let's rock it. Yeah, it is, by the way. It's lived looking up. Welcome to The Real Brian Show. I am The Real Brian. I'm soloing it today, by the way, because remember how I was talking about Captain Influence died? But actually, he corrected me. He's not dead. He retired, so he might actually be back next week, by the way, though. So if you want to come back and see what's up with him, he's got some fun stories to share. But anyway, I'm going to solo it today. We're going to keep it short, but I wanted to share a couple of things here that I thought were kind of cool. Honestly, like there's so much that's been going on over these last, 8 months that I've been on the burn. So burnout started for me a long time ago, like way beyond the 3 years that most people have. It's been a tough 3 years, right? Most people are dealing with some stuff. For me, it started a long time ago and I've been ignoring it. But it really came to a head for me in December of 2022, by the way. And so here we are about 8 months later. I've only done 5. This is the 5th episode, by the way, of The Real Brian Show. It should be the 30th if we were to do weekly, by the way. So a little behind. But I needed that break because it's been an interesting time to learn and recover. And I feel like I'm finally starting to recover from the burnout. I'm not fully recovered yet. And honestly, I'm being very cautious still, but it's so much better. And it's amazing how better things really are. So I wanted to talk about this. I wanted to share some cool stuff. And hopefully for those of you who are dealing with burnout currently or have, or maybe you're not quite there yet, but you're getting close. There's a lot to share here. There's a lot of good things. But I feel like, hey, if I can encourage you, if I can make your day brighter, that's the goal today. By the way, it's cool. I got to share this. Like you see the keyboard behind me if you're watching, by the way. If you're listening, I've got this keyboard behind me. I'm learning the program Ableton Live, by the way, to learn how to record and everything. And I'm pulling together some stuff. I've got some great ideas. And for those of you who, by the way, supported through either Patreon or Buy Me a Coffee, you're going to get copies of this music first. And then the rest of you will get it when it comes to Spotify and Apple Podcasts and all the other places. Or Apple Music. I'll let you know. But like I said, those who support it, and if you still want to help support the music side of things, Buy Me a Coffee. Go check it out. Links will be in the description below on YouTube, in the show notes for the podcast. By the way, I want to thank you. If you've been listening to the show for a while, some of you reached out to me, Credit Monkey's one of them, and said, The Real Brian Show is like a friend. And not having The Real Brian Show is like missing a friend. And I thought, man, that was really nice. I really appreciated that. I've had some other really, really encouraging comments from many of you, by the way. Thank you. It was good to hear that. It was good to know that the show is not, you walk away for a little while, you take a break, people move on. People forget about you. And thankfully, many of you did not move on and did not forget about me. And so, I honestly, I wasn't sure because I've heard the horror stories. So I'm like, I don't know. We're going to see what happens. But thank you. I really appreciate that. That was so nice. In the Dark Side of Being Nice episode, which has been a while ago, but you can go check that one out. Again, you can watch it or you can listen to it. I talked about the second phase of burnout recovery, which is to discern and or discover what's next. Are you going to be doing the same thing? Are you going to change up and do something totally different? And I've been working on that little discernment and discovery phase now, really these entire months that I've been doing this. And I haven't had a whole lot of, revelation, if you want to call it that, until just recently. And this is what I keep coming back to. It's so funny. Every time I go, you know what? It's time to just stop doing the extra stuff. Focus in on just making money and living for the weekend sort of thing. That's a terrible, terrible way to live, by the way. But I was just like, I kind of just need to do that right now. Just enjoy the time off, work, do the best of my ability to, with my work and stuff, and love what I do ideally, right? And I do. But I keep coming back to The Real Brian Show throughout this whole discovery period. I can't get rid of The Real Brian Show. It drives me. It drives me hardcore. And honestly, I know a lot of people that would tell me this is insane. You need to stop doing the show. It's crazy. You seek out, as an entrepreneur, as a podcaster, you seek out advice. You're always trying to grow. You're always trying to do new things. And so a lot of times you're saying, how do I grow the show? And everybody asks this. Everybody that does a video or a podcast or whatever, you're always asking, how do I grow the show? How do I get it better? The advice I typically get is you should quit the show and do something totally different. Because the algorithm for YouTube, by the way, it rewards those who niche or niche. I'm going to say niche because, scratch that niche. It's just more fun to say. Shout out to my friend Aaron, by the way. Fly fishing. Just talk about fly fishing. In fact, even better yet, talk about how to tie fly fishing lures. Now, for those of you who like fly fishing, booyah, man, go for it. Have fun. That's not me. If you've watched and listened to this show for years, you know that that's not me. I am way too much of a multi-passionate. I have way too many interests, right? But that was the advice. It was quit the show, do something else. So this Pilates example, I love my instructor, by the way. So she is talking to me where I'm doing some stuff and she's like, okay, how's that exercise? And I'm like, I'm not feeling anything. I'm like, it's easy. And so she goes, oh, hold on. She comes over. She literally, I'm doing the Chris Traeger thing from Parks and Rec, by the way. She literally comes up to me and like adjusts my posture maybe an inch, maybe 2 inches at the most. All of a sudden I'm like, oh crap, ow, I feel that now. Now it's insanely hard. Now I'm burning, muscles are screaming, body's trying to reject. Holy crap. 1 to 2 inches? That's it? A bad instructor, you might say, well, I'm not getting anything out of this exercise. A bad instructor would say, quit Pilates and go do something else. Go to the gym. But a good instructor says, if Pilates is easy, you're doing it wrong. Here, we're going to make this 1% adjustment. Now you feel it. That is the business advice that I've been looking for when it comes to The Real Brian Show. We don't need to quit the show. We need to make that 1% adjustment. Well, the reason I'm sharing this is because who else has been through something like this? Well, that didn't work for me. You should just quit and do something else. Or maybe you're a lot closer than you think, and you should just make that 1% adjustment. All of a sudden, things are going to take off. How do you know what they are? I don't know. That's the problem. You got to find people who actually know what they're talking about, who can actually guide you and coach you in that right direction. I just wanted to share that because it was one of those moments where I walked away and said, okay, I could have walked out of that Pilates class that day and thought that was easy. And maybe I should be looking into something a little more challenging. Then I realized just because I was doing it wrong. That's it. I didn't need to look for something else. Anyway, I just wanted to share that because these are the kind of things that have been going through my head. I want to keep doing The Real Brian Show. Am I massively successful? No, let's just be honest. No, I'm not. Come on. I'm not making money doing this whole thing. This is a labor of love and all that. It's a volunteer thing. But I do want to make this thing grow. I do want to get to the point where I could do this full time. That is my dream. But more importantly too, is I want it to be a massive impact on the world around us because I mentioned this in the last episode, her bathroom troubles. I love that title. I'm sorry, Caffeinatrix. You deserved that one. I mentioned this last episode. I see way, way too much negativity and judgment and selfishness going on right now. It's seriously the worst that I've ever seen this year. I know people are recovering from the last 3 years with COVID and everything else that happened, but it doesn't give us an excuse to take it out on others. It just doesn't. And so that's why I'm going, okay, what does the world need right now? The world needs The Real Brian Show. I need to encourage people. I need to give people a positive perspective right now because all of the perspectives that I seem to be hearing lately, and I'm not exaggerating when I say all of them, they're not healthy. They're just not. I mean, you can have the perspective and belief all you want, but it's not healthy. And so therefore, it's not necessarily doing us any good, right? You know me, I'm all about respect, value, and love the next person to the best of our ability. I'm all about that. So what can we do in our little sphere of influence right now to help better the world around us and better our lives and those in our lives? Now, Lord Thunder, and I'm going to mention him, by the way, because Lord Thunder pointed out very nicely to me that I did not mention him enough in the last episode. And I was mentioning my out-of-state friends, and he said, you didn't mention me. He pointed out to me a while back that everybody is dealing with their own crap, pain, suffering, burnout, all that. And he's right. I know that, but I needed the reminder. And I needed to know that, yep, you're right. Everybody's dealing with it. And so I need to be easier on people and on myself too. Also, though, I don't think it's an excuse. Like, everybody's dealing with their own pain, crap, and suffering, but that it doesn't give us an excuse or even the permission to allow our crap to spill over into other people's lives and how we treat others. But also, even in how we treat ourselves. We're too hard on ourselves. By the way, Buffy fans, I'm finally watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I know. Here I am. I've never seen it. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It is like a cult classic. I get this. So there's an episode that I was watching, and you're going to know what I'm talking about if you're a Buffy fan, But it was so fascinating because it was almost exactly what Lord Thunder was just saying there. And he said that probably, I don't know, a month or so, maybe a month or two ago. And then I just watched this last week and I thought, oh my gosh, this is crazy. I totally agree with this. This is the episode where Buffy absorbs powers where she can hear what other people are thinking. And there's a student that she thought was going up to basically kill some other people, but actually he was going up to, kill himself. And they have this conversation, and I'm going to play it for you, by the way, because I think it's an incredible conversation that is fascinating. I'm going to play the whole thing. It's a little bit longer, but I want you to listen to it and absorb it.
You won't think I'm an idiot. A short idiot.
I don't think about you much at all.
Ooh,
Nobody here really does.
that's kind of mean, but honest.
Bugs you, doesn't it? You have all this pain, all these feelings, and nobody's really paying attention.
You think I just want attention?
No, I think you're up in the clock tower with a high-powered rifle because you want to blend in.
Yeah, attention.
Believe it or not, Jonathan, I understand about the pain.
Oh, right. Because the burden of being beautiful and athletic, that's a crippler.
You know what? I was wrong. You are an idiot. My life happens to, on occasion, suck beyond the telling of it.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes more than I can handle. And it's not just mine. Every single person down there is ignoring your pain because they're too busy with their own. Beautiful ones, popular ones, the guys that pick on you. Everyone. If you could hear what they were feeling. Loneliness, the confusion. It looks quiet down there.
Yeah, so there you go. That's pretty much what I wanted to share. And she's saying that people are ignoring you because they're dealing with their own pain. So true. I know that that's kind of what Lord Thunder was saying, is that people are just busy with their own stuff. And so they're not necessarily maliciously ignoring you, but they're just ignoring you. We're dealing with our own crap. We feel invisible. We feel like nobody's noticing or even caring about us. We need to get over that because they probably do care. They probably do notice. They're just too busy with their own crap to really do anything about it, right? So we need to kind of get over that. We need to move forward, and we do need to process through it. We do need to get the help that we need. We can't, we don't want to ignore it, right? Don't off yourself. I'm not saying that. Like, deal with this. Don't ignore it. And then also, and this is the point that this is what I'm challenging. We're not the only one going through something. So let's be a superhero. Let's unleash our superheroes. Let's rise up. Let's rise up together even and overcome it. So overcome what you're going through, and let's help each other out with what everyone else is going through too. We cannot ignore people just because we're going through our own crap. That's the worst thing we can do. Not to mention, it's going to keep us in our crap because we're too focused on ourselves. Life is lived looking up. Stop looking down at yourself. Stop looking at everything going on, Stop being selfish. Be more selfless. Encourage others. Make the world around us better. Okay, I'm talking to myself too here because I went through the burnout and I was very self-focused on this one. I was looking at myself. I was dealing with my own thing. I was trying to still be a blessing to others and still encourage others and all that good stuff. I was just trying to do that, but it wasn't easy. And granted, when you are going through your own situation, it's okay to have that downtime, taking care of yourself and that kind of thing too, but don't just ignore others just because. So this leads me though to my next point, and I'm going to go through this pretty quickly. The hustle realization. This is the 5th episode in 2023. It should be 30. Yeah. You know what though? I needed that break. I'm glad I took it. I really am. But I know now that if I'm really going to do this show, that I got to hustle. I got to get out there and I got to rock it. I got to rock out episodes for you and even for me too, because honestly, when I do this show, it's a huge benefit to me. But I got to also promote the crap out of the show. And so what I'm thinking, and I haven't decided about this yet, but because I don't have the consistent co-host such a scenario right now going on, I'm thinking about that. What I'm going to do is we're going to do some solo episodes. We're going to have some, people joining me periodically. I kind of like this idea. Tell me what you think about this. I like this idea of going back. We tried this in, I think, 2017, where we had start the week off right. We do some real life conversations. Like, let's talk about positive perspectives on real life. It's the Real Brian Show, right? Let's talk about stuff like this. Keep it short, keep it real. Start the week right. Let's get our mindset in the right place. And then on Fridays, as usual, let's end the week right. Let's nerd out. Let's shoot the breeze. Nothing serious. Just have fun. We need fun. I'm sorry. Anybody that's like, yeah, I know I'm gone. I don't need any fun right now. You know, come on, guys. You need fun, and you know it. Everybody needs to have fun, and I'm giving you permission to have it, okay? We got to do this on Fridays. We got to end the week right. We got to have fun. We got to relax. We got to just literally hit record, see what happens, all right? But I also know that, you know, on my side, this is me talking now. I got to promote the crap out of this show. I mentioned that just a second ago. I don't know how to market things. I was listening actually to a conversation where somebody's like, I don't know how to do this, so I'm not going to do it. Or you hear about the situation where people are given the bare minimum. Tim Ferriss talked about the minimum effective dose many years back, and I liked it because it wasn't doing the bare minimum. It was doing the minimum that you needed to do in order to achieve the maximum result, the best quality result that you could do. Meaning you don't need to do any more beyond that, because once you've achieved that, you're good, right? It's good enough. Doing any more would be obsessive or overworking or whatever. That was his whole point. But you had to at least do that minimum effective dose or whatever you wanted to call it in order to be able to still do a good job and not just, you know, be crappy, I guess is the word. So I got to think about this. I'm going to challenge myself in this one. I don't know how to market. Marketing does not come natural to me at all, but who cares? I still got to do it, right? I still got to do it. I don't like social media that much. I love social connections, but I hate social media. I hate the way it's gone. But who cares? I still got to do it. I got to be there. So that's what I'm kind of challenging myself with, is to get out and hustle and see this all the way through to the end, succeed with it, make an impact on others, encourage, have fun. Let's enjoy. The world needs more positive perspectives. It needs us to unleash our superheroes. And we got to have fun. We got to, you know, nerd out. So anyway, I'm going to hustle to do it. Who's with me? All right. Now I know Lord Thunder is, he's always with me, because if he's not, he's dead to me. But rock with me and let's rock it together. Seriously, I want to have some fun here. But anyway, that is a little bit of an update, just to know what's going on, burnout recovery, where I'm at right now, where we're going. I'm excited, and I'm excited to see what's going to happen. And again, Captain Influence said he's going to be on next week, so we're going to have fun. We're going to nerd out. We're going to shoot the breeze and hit record and see what happens. But thanks for joining me. Hope you have a glorious rest of the week. And all right, Real Brian Show, signing off.
The Real Brian Show is a production of 514 Media at 514mediaempire.com.